First, details on compatible accessories and peripherals for the PlayStation 5.
So we knew that they said that you'd be able to connect a PlayStation 4 controller to the PS5,
Yes.
but they didn't specify that that's only to play PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah. So this is per the PlayStation blog. In our June Future of Gaming digital event, we announced an array of PlayStation 5 peripherals and accessories that will be launching this holiday season. But we know that many of you were also wondering if and how existing PlayStation 4 peripherals are compatible with the next generation system. Today, we're happy to share a brief FAQ that will answer some of your questions. If you have questions that aren't addressed, feel free to leave them in the comments below. That ought to be fun. Which existing PS4 peripherals or accessories will work on the PlayStation 5? Specialty peripherals, such as officially licensed racing wheels, arcade sticks, and flight sticks, will work on PS5 games and supported PS4 games. Platinum and gold wireless headsets, as well as third-party headsets that connect via a USB port or audio jack, will work on the PlayStation 5. The headset companion app is not compatible with the PlayStation 5. I've never used the headset companion app. Have you?
No, the Sony Gold headset is not a good headset. At least the first generation, first one that came, the one for the PS4, the one that came out for the PS4, that's the one that we got. It needs a dongle.
Yeah, I never understood why. And I know Xbox doesn't like this is the problem with Xbox headsets too. They don't need a dongle, but it's like really weird like how they get hooked up to the Xbox.
This is why I don't like wireless.
Yeah,
I'd much rather just be wired.
I have a wired PlayStation 4 headset that I just plug into the headphone jack of both controllers when I need to, and that works fine.
That's the best. That having the headphone jack and the controller is the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind there being a dongle on the Sony Gold headset if there was a way to put the dongle in the headset when you're not using it.
Yeah, that's
I literally had duct tape that was permanently affixed to the headset to put the dongle on when I wasn't using it.
And the problem is then that means, it's married to the PlayStation. You can't really use it in anything else. You can't use it on your phone. If you wanted to use it on your computer, you'd have to use the dongle and probably get like a firmware patch for it.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because Sony had a hand in the Bluetooth spec.
Yeah, and if the controllers use Bluetooth, there's no excuse why the headphones can't also use Bluetooth.
So wait, they're saying that you can use
your current the headphones you use for the PS4, whether they be the platinum or the gold headsets or third-party headsets that connect via the USB port or an audio jack, they will work on your PlayStation 5. It's just the headset companion app is not compatible with the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
I've never used the headset companion app because again, I don't use a wireless headset for my PS4. So I don't know how significant of a hit that's going to be.
Okay, so it says third-party headsets via USB audio or USB port or audio jack.
Yes.
So it sounds like just USB audio will be fine, and audio jack will be fine because it'll be the controller.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. DualShock 4 wireless controller and PlayStation officially licensed third-party gamepad controllers will work with supported PlayStation 4 games. That was the big takeaway that everybody seemed to get out of this article. That the DualShock 4, yes, you can use it on your PlayStation 5, but only to play PlayStation 4 games. You cannot use it for any of the new games that are coming out.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that because there's a response from Microsoft. But PlayStation camera? There's not going to be a new PlayStation camera?
Well, there is, and I believe both the PlayStation Move motion controllers and the PSVR aim controller will work with supported PSVR games on PlayStation 5. Please note, not all PlayStation officially licensed or third-party peripherals and accessories may work on the PlayStation 5. We recommend checking with the manufacturer to confirm whether a product will work on the PlayStation 5 and specific titles. Oh, here. Is the PlayStation camera for PlayStation 4 compatible with the PS5? Yes. The PlayStation camera will work with the PS5 for playing supported PSVR games. It will require a PlayStation camera adapter that will be provided at no additional cost to PSVR users. More details on how to get an adapter will be announced at a later date.
So you need an adapter for the PlayStation camera.
Yes, it sounds like, remember when they switched from the original Xbox One to the Series X, you needed an adapter for Kinect? Sounds like that.
Okay.
All right, that works.
That works. There's probably still going to be a new camera.
Yeah, eventually. There is going to be a new camera, and apparently in the new camera, there's a feature where it'll automatically blur your background.
Ooh.
Like you can on like Skype or whatever.
Like you get a nice crisp bokeh.
Yes.
As if you have an actual camera. Very nice. Portrait mode on iPhone.
Yeah. Yes. Will DualShock 4 work with PlayStation 5 games? No. We believe that the PlayStation 5 games should take advantage of the new capabilities and features we're bringing to the platform, including the features of DualSense wireless controller.
So, everyone was very disappointed about that.
Yeah.
Because they originally said that you'd be able to use PlayStation 4 controller on the PS5. They just never specified that it's only for PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah, and I think, because I guarantee DualSense is probably going to be a lot more expensive than a DualShock 4 was or is going to be. So I think people just hope that if they need an extra controller, either for a second player or a backup controller, they can just use what they already have. And that's not the case. Now they have to actually go out and get an expensive controller if they need a backup or a second player controller.
So what's the MSRP for a DualShock 4? 65? Looks like 65.
60 or 65, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm looking at colors. The black one is 60.
Yeah.
The black one's MSRP is 60. It's $5
more if
you want to color.
$5 to the...
Yeah. They might be seeing Nintendo selling that Pro controller for 70 and being like, yo, we could get away with a lot more. They might be able to sell it for $80.
I can see that.
Now the Xbox 360 Xbox One controller,
that price varies wildly because you can get it as like low as 50 and then as high as like 70.
I see a white one for 60 at Target. That sounds like MSRP right there, and then 65 for a colored one. So it looks like it's about the same. I think Xbox Series X controller, that's going to be the same price.
Yeah.
And DualSense is going to be like $80. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Or 75 and then 80 if you want a colored one. Anyway, Microsoft heard about this news because everybody was writing articles like, oh, you can't use the PS4 controller on the PS5.
And a few hours later, the official Xbox Twitter account tweeted, in case you missed it, the Xbox Series X is compatible with all Xbox One controllers across all games, including the official Xbox One controller, the Xbox Adaptive controller, the Xbox Elite wireless controller, and designed for Xbox third-party Xbox One controllers and headsets. Plus, the new Xbox Series X controller is compatible with all Xbox One consoles, Windows PCs, Android and iOS devices, and Project xCloud and Xbox Game Pass. Next generation compatibility is the most powerful. Next generation compatibility with the most powerful console ever.
So this controller looks basically exactly the same, besides the D-pad. And
the D-pad, mild shaping changes, and the addition of a share button.
The shaping stuff, it looks exactly the same.
It's mild, like you have to look for the differences in the shape.
But it has more advanced wireless, apparently. A different wireless protocol. It has a different rumble in the triggers or whatever.
Yeah,
it's different, but it's not. Microsoft knows it's not different enough to be able to warrant getting rid of all of connectivity with all of the old stuff.
Yeah,
they know that, especially people who bought an Elite controller, $150, dude. Like, you're gonna want to be able to use that on the new console. I'm holding out for the next Elite controller. I'm gonna get the next one, I decided. I'm also excited that the adaptive controller, the adaptive controller will be connectable, because this like whatever technology you have in the new Series X controller, you don't need to put that in the adaptive controller.
Yeah,
it's not important. The adaptive controller is I've always wanted to get one so I can mess around with it because I want to see like what cool stuff you can do. But there's so much cool. It's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
So basically, if you've never seen it before, it's this little piece right here. It looks like friggin' bongo drums. This is like the main unit, and then in the back of it, it has what looks like a bunch of headphone jack ports. And above each one is the button that it presses. So you can take these big buttons, like this big red button, this giant green button, and you can plug them into whatever button you want. So that's really cool. I'm happy that this is, what would you say, forward compatible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy that this is forward compatible. And there's ways to hook this stuff up to freaking PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch as well. You got to get some adapters and stuff, but still, this is a really cool thing. And I'm glad that they're gonna continue to support something like this. And then, of course, you got their Cyberpunk and the cool purple. Did you get this purple one?
I got the purple. You damn right, I got it.
So you'll be able to use it on my Series X because you're probably not getting one.
not immediately. Nope.
So there you go. Microsoft just coming in hot.
The amount of shade in that tweet is incredible.
That was a direct response to and I like in case you missed it.
Yeah.
Like you never said it. Oh no, they
did. But I think
in case you needed us to say it again now when it's relevant.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it might have just been something they said, and then everyone was like, "Okay, that's cool." And then when the current leader in the console space says you can't do that, here comes scrappy little Microsoft going, "Oh, but over here you can."
This is the exact same thing that happened in 2013 when Microsoft came out and said that you can't share games, that there would be a DRM on the games.
Yeah.
And then Sony immediately made a video that was like, this is how you share games on PlayStation 4. And they literally just took the game, passed it over, and then that was the end of the video. This is the exact same situation.
It's the same situation, but I feel like that was much more impactful.
Oh, yes.
Than this.
Well, there's two reasons why. Because it was about sharing a video game, which is a much bigger deal.
Yeah, it's a basic thing to just like share a game rather than it's kind of expected that like every new console generation that comes with new accessories. Like that's been ingrained into us. So it's not a big deal, but the fact that you can carry over what you have is a nice gesture, I guess you could say.
So it was also the fact that was a video.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of a bigger deal. Also, it was around E3 time when all the news was happening at once.
Yeah.
And we're missing out on that right now because everything's being drip fed to us. Everything's spread out over the whole year. These announcements have been spread out. But anyway, I think Microsoft is getting the messaging like real good. Okay.
Yeah.
Microsoft is less of a disappointment, I would say, so far. Some people didn't like the last announcement they had because Halo didn't look very good. I'm a little disappointed in Microsoft's messaging. Like, I wish that they would just make it a lot more clear because they did walk back a lot of things, like on how every game's going to come out for Xbox One and Series X.
Yeah.
Or be compatible with both. They kind of walked that back a little bit. So I wish that they would have the messaging a little more clear.
Yeah.
But they're kind of I feel like they're so far people are liking what they're saying a lot more than what PlayStation's saying.